let's talk about feeling our feelings. And as humans, we're really afraid of our feelings. We don't want to feel our feelings. Don't want to feel emotions, right? But it is what it is. That's part of the human experience. Feelings, right? So when we're saying that we don't want to feel certain feelings, then we're rejecting a part of the human experience. We're rejecting a part of life. Feelings are part of life, right? So we don't want to reject part of life. So what to do about these feelings? We can change our attitude about feelings. We can try something different. Just to switch an attitude. A different way of seeing it. And this might help you. Hopefully it does. Is treat the feelings like guests. Guests that are coming into your space. Right? You can call it your home. I like the word space. Because this spaciousness that you are, that's infinite without boundaries or borders, that's accepting, that simply allows, that has the ability to see, right? This knowingness, this beingness, this awareness, this presence, all, when I'm using these words, those 4 different words, all really just pointing at the one that you are, that's nameless and formless. So see it as this open space, like this space around me here, and treat the feelings like they're guests that are just kind of coming by and paying you a little visit. And just welcome those guests. Be warm. Invite them. And just be with them. Be with them. Don't say, sorry, I'm closed, and try and send them away. Don't be peeking out the window and, oh, it's them again. Let me pretend I'm not home. Right? Don't do that. Don't put some sign on the door that says no solicitors. Just keep your doors open to any feelings that are going to be treated as guests, that are warmly welcomed into your space to come and stay as long as they like, and they will leave. And you know that all guests are impermanent. They're not going to stay in your space forever. That's not possible. Okay? So get that thought out of your mind. So now you know that they will come and go, like all guests, right? So changing your attitude and coming from maybe this kind of fun game, fun practice that I'm kind of getting you to, what's the word? Entertain this kind of attitude or try it out. It's a shift. It's a shift because you are this vast empty space that the guests, the feelings arise in, that they come and go in. So you're so much bigger. You're so much bigger. And these feelings, they just They just want to be seen. They just want to be held. They want to be invited. They want to feel welcome. See, if you're always kind of like keeping the door locked and saying, no, go away, that's not welcoming. That's not inviting. That's not accepting. That's not allowing. Because your true nature is accepting. It is allowing. Right? So this kind of practice, this approach, this attitude, it changes everything when it comes to your feelings. Because you're no longer afraid of these feelings. There's this infinite space, and the feelings, oh, here, grief, come on in. Shame, come on in. Sadness, come on in. Obviously, they don't all come in at the same time, right? They just kind of take their turn, right? They're not going to be there all at the same time. They're just guests that they're just stopping by. It's like a hotel or motel or something, right? They're just gonna stay for a while. Some just need the hotel for one night, some for the weekend, some maybe for the week, right? But no one's living in the hotel forever, right? So don't worry about anything lasting forever. Nothing lasts forever, right? The only thing that's forever is what you actually are, is your true nature. That's forever. These feelings are always temporary. And then knowing that, well, then go ahead, stay. How long do you want to stay? A week, 2 weeks? Who cares, right? Because they're happening in foreverness, right? The impermanent is arising in the permanent space. The finite feelings are arising. They are appearing in the infinite space. So it changes things. It just changes. It's a change in attitude where it's like, I don't want to feel that feeling. Not today. You know what? I'd rather just watch some Netflix than deal with that. I don't want to feel that. What should I do? I should maybe organize all the cupboards in the house. And then after that, I'm going to rearrange the furniture in every room. See, all those things, we kind of give ourselves a pat on the back. I was so productive today. But really, when we look into it, we're just escape artists that are escaping our feelings. Right? So you look out like the window of the door. Oh no. Sadness is coming down the street. You escape through the back door, and now you need to you got something. You need to do something because you left your house. You can't just simply sit and enjoy your house. You gotta make yourself busy. You gotta go grocery shopping. You gotta do all this different stuff to make yourself busy because you can't just simply sit with the door open and let anyone come in. You got to make yourself busy, occupy yourself, right? When you're not allowed in your own house. And that's kind of, hopefully you're catching the metaphor. It's like that, right? Imagine you're actually in your house. Someone says, hey, well, I don't know exactly when, but at some point today in the afternoon, I'm going to be dropping by. And this is like an old friend that you had some problems with or something like that, or someone you just don't want to talk to. You got to like make it look like you're not home. You either make it look like you're not home, or you simply you got to leave your home. Right? So you got to leave. I got to make myself busy. right? Because I don't want to deal with them, right? We do the same thing. I don't want to deal with this emotion, this feeling that's arising. Let me just do anything. Cut the grass, wash the car, organize the fridge, then rearrange the furniture, and then be like, I was so productive today. Pride myself, give myself a pat on the back, right? But really, this may trigger someone, just about everyone, is really I'm being a coward because I'm afraid of feeling what's actually arising in me. See that all feelings arise within you because you are that infinite space. It's just when you identify very strongly with the body, then the feelings feel so big because you feel so small. But when you start seeing that as the infinite space, the feelings are just passing through that space to be experienced fully. And these feelings, they just simply want you to be with them. It's like they're guests. Just be with your guests. It's like someone coming to your house and you're not with them. You're just being busy all the time. And it's like they just wanted to sit down, have some tea, have a chat, just be present with you. And when you give them your full undivided attention and simply be with them, that's it. That's the end of the experience. And then they feel like they've been heard. They feel like they've received that attention. And then they pack their bags and they go. And some, they just want a quick visit, and others, they just want maybe a little longer visit. But really it depends on how much of that attention, how much you are with those feelings, that determines the length of time. Because it's kind of like they kind of have, let's say the sadness has this kind of story to tell you, right? Sadness as the guest. Your sadness walking down the street, coming to your house, right? Oh, can I come in? Oh, okay, the door's open. All right, I'm going to come in, right? Hey, how you doing? Right? Oh, I'll just be with you in a second here. I'm just cleaning up the kitchen. Just make yourself, at home and sit down on the couch. So sadness sits down on the couch. Here, I'll bring you some tea. But then you got to go and make yourself busy in the kitchen, and you're cooking, and you're cleaning, and all that stuff. Oh, here, I put some baked goods out for you. Oh, thanks. And how's everything going? Right? And you're like kind of, yelling from like the laundry room because you're trying to do the kids' laundry. It's going good, right? This sadness feels like you're not really there. You're not present with it, right? You kind of like always just kind of coming and going, right? But really you're like more occupied. You're more like your attention isn't on the sadness. You're kind of like coming back. Well, it's like sadness really has a story for you. It really wants to enjoy your company. And it's going to stay there for as long as you actually sit down and be like, okay, you have my full attention. I'm not going anywhere. Tell me everything. And when sadness feels like it's finally been, accepted and listened to and felt like you were present, then it's like, okay, I've said everything that I can say. Thanks for the tea. Thanks for the muffin. Thanks for the company. I'll be on my way. And then it leaves. So what I'm getting to is if we just keep on feeling like we're coming and going, sadness. Okay, just go away for a little bit. I got to go get busy. And you're just coming and go. This is going to take a long time. This is going to be taking a long time because you're not experiencing it fully. Experiencing your guests fully is being fully present with your guests. You're not experiencing your guests fully if you're always busy and you got your back turned and you're in the kitchen and you're just coming out and just serving them food. Like, they want to enjoy your company. They want your company. They want you to simply be with them, right? Maybe you've been to someone's house like that. They're like pretty good at entertaining. They bring you all the foods and snacks and drinks and stuff, and they can entertain. But then it's kind of like, I just wish that like there was more time that like we could sit and talk, that we can like actually, it always feels like when I come over to your house, you're a great host and everything, but it's like we don't really connect because you're always so busy, right? You always got your back turned. You're always trying to like do stuff. You're just busy, right? So it's going to feel like it's missing that connection. It's missing that presence. It's missing your presence, right? So when you treat the emotion as the guest and you have my full presence, right? That's how you can experience the feelings much faster. You can experience the feeling fully, and then the feeling is then released. It's released because it's been experienced fully, just like in this conversation. It's wanted to share whatever the story of its travels to Thailand. And it's got the story that might take whatever it is, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. But if it's an hour story and you're just coming and going, it's like, come back tomorrow. And the sadness is kind of like, yeah, but I still need to like continue my story. Like you're just in and out all the time, right? And then it comes back tomorrow, right? It's like a quarter way through the story. Like I would love to tell you the full story. Do you have time tomorrow? It comes back tomorrow, right? It's going to come back the next day. It's going to continue to come back until it's fully experienced. And that's what we do with our emotions, with our feelings, is we kind of like, okay, I had enough of your story. Can you just kind of go? Because I got something to do. I got dishes to clean. I got laundry to do. I got beds to make. Kids are coming home soon. Like I got stuff to do, right? But then what that does is this feeling just keeps on coming back because you're not fully present, because you're resisting it, because you're not accepting it, because you're kind of sending it on its way. So this guest just continues to come back. But what I'm saying is if you fully experience that feeling fully, and you just kind of, okay, I get it. You want my full attention? I'm going to be present. Doesn't matter how sad you are. I'm just going to be fully present. And I'm going to experience this feeling, right? I'm going to, as the empty space, I'm going to experience this feeling fully. And that's what I'm saying is when you experience the feeling fully, it's released. You don't store it. It doesn't seem to always come back, right? It's coming back to be experienced fully. And that's when you have this, what you would say is an emotional release. It's an emotional release. It's like the feeling is in you. It's always arising in you. It's released. It's like that feeling doesn't come up anymore. Well, why? It's because you actually experienced it fully. And with this change of attitude, then you start seeing it like that they're guests and they're going to continue to knock on your door until you fully experience the feeling, until you are fully present with that feeling. Because that's the only way to actually experience something is by being fully present, right? You find that even in your conversations with people. When you're not fully present, you're kind of like, sorry, can you repeat that? See, you didn't experience what they said because you were absent, right? Just like with the feeling comes knocking and you're absent, you run, making yourself busy. When you just kind of sit and park it, stop running from it, stop distracting yourself with the busyness, stop avoiding it by running to the kitchen with your back turned, and you just give it your full attention. You just sit with it, listen to it, be present, experience it. Then it's kind of like, hey, shakes your hand. Thanks for entertaining me. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for your hospitality. Right? I'm going to leave now. Thanks. Right? Some of these things, when you start seeing, is like something that can go on for years. You can experience it fully in like 20 minutes. You can experience it fully in 20 minutes. It's because it's like you can never experience like the intensity. It just kind of comes up and go away, go away, go away. But all it wants is it and then out, right? And then out. It's the release. But it requires you to experience it fully. But if we just keep on, you're just playing a game. That's uncomfortable. No, I don't like that. I'm going to run from that. It's like we can't, it's all mentally that we think that we're running from it, but we can't do that. In reality, you can't run. How can you run from a feeling that arises within you? How can you get away from it? You can't. You can't. So you might as well just be present. You might as well just experience it. Otherwise, it just continues to kind of pester you and kind of come up. And it's these feelings that are really, they run your life kind of thing. You don't accept them. They take over. They take over. They're just running your life. And then all of the distractions run your life. You might feel like a very accomplished, productive person, but that's just you running away from your feelings. There's nothing wrong with being productive and everything, but look at what you're running from. Sometimes we don't want to see it, right? We're in denial about being in denial. So it's just another practice that you can have, is this kind of perspective of, okay, this infinite space, and treat all your feelings as guests. Welcome them, invite them, be warm, be present, experience them fully, and they'll just come and go, right? So hopefully this has helped, and I'll see you in the next one.